Welcome to Yucca Digital Network. When you look at a typical farm after harvest, it is easy to assume the field is full of garbage. Most people look at the leftovers lying on the ground and see useless materials meant only for the fire. We see this everywhere: dead maize stalks piled up near the house, heaps of animal manure ignored by the pens, or mountains of empty coffee husks left to rot after milling. These leftovers are defined as agro waste, but treating them as trash drains money from the farm. We solve this through value addition, the process of taking these raw, discarded materials and converting them into economically valuable resources. In sustainable agriculture, correctly identifying your waste is the first step to discovering hidden revenue streams. Let's start with plant-based residues, looking closely at crops like the banana plant. Plant-based residues like maize stalks and the thick banana pseudostems we just saw present a biological problem. They are packed with tough fiber, making them bulky to manage, but they contain almost zero protein, meaning livestock cannot rely on them for nutrition in their natural state. This diagram shows how we solve that biological problem chemically, particularly when grass is scarce during dry seasons. We treat the chopped dry residues directly with urea. The urea attacks the complex plant fiber chains and begins to dismantle them. This process chemically breaks apart the plant's rigid physical structure at a microscopic level. Because those tough fibers are now broken apart, the remaining material becomes soft and highly digestible. Ruminant animals like cows and goats can now easily process it in their stomachs. Through this chemical processing, a farmer takes indigestible plant matter and converts it into essential livestock rations right when natural pasture dries up. We apply a similar logic to livestock. After an animal is slaughtered, materials like bones and blood are often discarded. In reality, they are highly concentrated nutritional gold mines. This table shows how we separate these byproducts. First, bones are crushed and processed into bone meal. This yields a dense supply of calcium and phosphorus, which is critical for supporting strong skeletal health in farm animals. Meanwhile, blood collected from the exact same animal undergoes a different process. It is dried and ground down to create blood meal, yielding a highly concentrated protein supplement. Farmers must separate these products to balance their feed. You mix in bone meal to build strong skeletons, and you add blood meal to drive rapid muscle growth, particularly in poultry and pigs. Let's test this logic. Imagine you are a farmer in Mukono. After processing your coffee cherries, you are left with massive mountains of empty coffees that your animals cannot eat. Pause the video right now. Based on the concept of value addition, write down 2 specific ways you can process these husks into a usable resource before I reveal the answers. Here is the first method. You can compost the husks into organic fertilizers. Because they are bulky, incorporating them back into the soil improves aeration and drainage, while gradually releasing nutrients. This diagram shows the second method. You take the loose, dry husks and run them through a mechanical compressor, squeezing them down to form dense, solid biofuel briquettes. These compressed briquettes burn cleanly and efficiently. By switching to them, a household saves money on daily fuel purchases, eliminates the need for firewood, and actively drives down deforestation rates in rural areas. This diagram maps out what we call the nutrient loop. Processing agro waste ensures every part of the farm supports the rest. It starts when we take animal manure and compost it to drive our crop growth. Those crops produce harvest residues. We treat those residues with urea to feed the livestock, which in turn creates more manure. Processing this material quickly removes rotting waste piles, eliminating breeding sites for pests, and ensuring excellent farm hygiene. Take a screenshot of this summary table right now. It maps out the exact categories, examples, and processing methods you need for your UNEB exams. By utilizing the nutrient loop, you stop buying expensive synthetic inputs and maximize the productivity of every plant and animal. Agro waste is the foundation of a wealthy, efficient farm. For more study tools, head over to yucca.cc. Keep practicing, and we will see you in the next lesson.